What's going on, everyone? So I'm back with another video here. This isn't going to be a review or a demo. I like to still help the Headrush community out because that's where I started at and I have a strong background with them. But I like to look around the groups and the forums, Facebook and all that. If you follow me on my home group of Headrush Pedalboard No Rods, you'll see some of these hacks already, some of them not yet. But I want to put them all in one video. And the subject is, how do you boost for leads and solos and stuff like that? So I figured I would come on here and I'd make it all in one video and show you how I do it. Some of the rig building things that I do. If you've purchased any of my packs, you've seen a lot of this going on. So I don't want to talk too much in this. I want to get straight to it because we have a lot to cover and I want to be as quick as possible. So we'll go down to the Headrush now. And I'm using the Archon rig from the Archon 212 Impulse Response Pack that I just put out. And I apologize in advance if you could see on my hand there's a pretty gnarly little wound going on. I got it caught in a conveyor. So I'm using the Archon 57906 HGX, which is hot glass expanded from Sonic DNA. That's all I use. And I'll take you down now and show you what this rig sounds like. It's set up out of the pack as a 2-channel rig. It's set up like for the clean channel of the amp and then the what they call the lead channel on it. So the clean, really nice. Throw the JRC in. And just like the real amp, it's a good pedal platform. And it's got the lead channel has like this really chewy lower frequency, lower mid chewiness to it. And I achieve that by the pair EQ and the bass EQ. But I don't want to ramble on about that. Let's get down to business. So on the lead channel, so the first thing, EQ. Graphic EQ is probably the best way to go with getting a lead boost. It's the simplest way. And I'll show you how I do it and what I recommend and how to put it into your scene. So we'll go Dynamics EQ. I'm going to go Graphic EQ. All right, I load up default because if I want a transparent boost, I'll leave everything at 0 and take the gain up about 2.5. Let's go 2.5. And you should be listening to these videos with headphones. And if you do, you'll hear the difference in it. Without. Now, if you want to color your tone, this is where you have that option. You can take the mids up a little. You don't want so much fizz on it. This is where you can cut the highs down. Even bring your lows up to beef it up some. Of course, it sounds dry without delay, but say that's what you wanted to do. Now you want to put it in your scene. So we go hardware assign, edit, and I want the EQ off on the rhythm, so I'll do that. Then we go to this scene, edit, on. So that way when you toggle between your rhythm and lead scenes, it's there. Little other pro hack here for you. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking today, but we're going to leave it in because we don't edit. All right, so if you got your clean scene and you're having trouble getting that amp volume up there where it needs to be without distorting, hardware assign, edit, graphic EQ. Now, there's a train going by, so it's about to get noisy. The train's just going to have to stay with us, I guess. So now whenever you hit your clean channel, to rhythm, to lead, next up, one of my favorites is the white boost. can do the white boost or the Klon. I like them both just because of the way that they clip. And what this enables you to do is once again, if you want to thicken up for your leads a little bit, take some of the highs off, the white boost is great for it. Plus, you can add in a little bit of natural speaker breakup. So this is how, I do it. First, you want to take your gain down. Then you want to take that level down because it will be loud and it will just pick out your input. So there we go. We got our level up. So you want to shave some of the highs off for leads. That's a speaker breakout. Here's the cool thing about it. If you assign this to your clean channel and you get it just right, on, and we go off on our rhythm because we don't want to boost the rhythm, just the clean and the lead. So if you assign it to your clean channel, of edge of breakup tone in there, and it still stays good. All right, next up, BBD delay. So when you go into leads, most of the time you want to fill it out with some delay, right? My choice is the BBD, and I'll show you why. We're just going to go default, nothing fancy. Turn our feedback down, turn our mix down because I don't want it overwhelmed. There we go. Now on BBD delay, you see this control called end gain. Watch what happens. Once again, you can assign that to your scenes however you like. Now, another one, I like to do this to fill the tone out if you feel it's lacking a little bit. This is one of my little hacks that I came up with. Pull up a flanger, go default stereo, set everything to 0. Now, stereo, keep it at 180. So we'll get that out of here. Another one, you always see at the end of my chains, the Dynacomp, and this is why. Because at this settings here, I call it my sag setting, you can get a little bit of that natural power amp compression, sag. But if you want to use this and then you want to use it as a boost, you can take this up a few dB, and a little goes a long way with this. If you want to add some compression to it, we'll take that threshold up. We'll compress a little more. A little harder knee to it. Now save as a preset. Save new preset. We'll go sag 2. Save. All right. So when we go to our hardware assign scene, That's going to come down a little bit because I turned the sag, the compression up. But when we go to hardware assign, if we go from no preset, what are we doing here? Here we go. Go to sag 2 on channel 1. And then do our preset as sag on channel 2. Then we add our new preset as sag 2. So now, if you do this right, that's kind of a subtle difference on this one because I turned everything else up. But you will hear that compression start to creep in there. So I'm going to save this again as another preset. Save new preset. And as I said, you should be listening to all this with headphones on to hear the differences in these. Save. All right. So now we're going to assign this back to our scene. Edit. Sag 3. So that's my regular set, my original setting. And for anyone wondering what it sounds like without the Dynacomp on. One last thing I want to do, the flanger. Well, I already did the flanger. I'm sorry, I'm reading from a list over here. Another preset. So you take your IR, turn your gain up on it, just a couple of dB. Save as a new preset. Go AR, so it'll put it about in the same area. So once you go into your hardware assign, you want to edit this scene. IR preset. There it is, AR. Now in this one, you want to have no preset. So whenever you switch, what it does is the IR itself switches volumes. I'm not going to get carried away with that. So there's a few ways to boost for your leads. If you like it, if you want more content or info, like and subscribe, share. You can also find me in my home Headrush group at headrushpedalboards.com or sonicdna.com. I hope this helps out. If there's any subjects that you want to see covered or anything you want to see reviewed, honestly, which is all I do, I don't doctor or post process anything. May not sound as good as the others, but it's honest. So if there's anything that you want to see, or go over or got questions about, let me know down in the comments. Like, share, and follow.